Hey guys, so I want to talk about, for me, the five things that I've noticed as to why people quit on trading. Okay. They quit on trading, they quit trading in general. So we're going to go over these here, right? Number one being a core lack of belief in self, right? They do not believe that they themselves have what it takes, that it requires something special, and I'm not special. They think that they're not special. Ultimately, it doesn't require you to be special, but it just requires you to believe in yourself and know that you can do this, regardless of the timeline. So the biggest thing being just knowing that you have what it takes, no matter what, knowing you're going to fail and accepting that before you can become successful at it is a very big thing that I've noticed in people. They just don't trust themselves. And I myself, even at times, struggle with lack of belief in setups, in what I've seen and I've studied when I was calm. And now that it's live, I'm trusting myself, right? We all go through it, but that is a big, big thing. Trusting in yourself, believing in yourself that you have what it takes, regardless of the time. Number two is predetermined beliefs, um, examples like that IG lifestyle, timelines, money, right? So they come into trading thinking, oh, I've seen this YouTuber or this guy on Instagram. Everybody's got a freaking a Rolex watch, right? And so I gotta have the Rolex watch. I gotta have the nice car. Um, I gotta have the nice fucking Armani clothes, like all that BS. Get that out of your head, right? All that's waste of money anyway. If they were half as smart as they need to be, they wouldn't be buying that BS with the money they make from trading anyway, right? Um, with that timelines, a lot of people are like, well, when I come into trading, I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna give it a month, or I'm gonna give it 6 months, or I'm gonna give it a year. If I can't make it in 3 months, not for me. It's not real. Okay. Um, you can't do that. You're caging yourself to something that takes years to become good at. Years, right? Knowing people who have struggled at the beginning, as everyone does, and they struggle through that process, but they keep going. A lot of the times I see it, it's 3, 4, 5, 6 years to become profitable and consistently profitable to the point where they're pulling enough money out of the market regularly to pay bills and things like that. So don't cage yourself to a timeline and say, if I'm not going to be making this money or this many pips or, whatever by this time, then I'm done with trading. I can't do it. You need to quit caging your mind that way and be open-minded to the fact that it's going to take as long as it frickin' takes. And that's that. And just leave it at that. Take the pressure, take the weight off your shoulders, and don't even worry. I don't have a timeline set for me. I have a timeline in which I would like to make it happen by in 3 to 4 years. But if I can't, I'm not going to stop because I enjoy this. It's something that I'm passionate about, but it's also something that I'm obsessed with. So for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to make it at the end of the day. I'll look back at this video in years and be like, man, I can't believe I just knew, but I did because that's, again, going back to the first rule, belief in self. So that's number two down. Number three is an inability to adapt or an unwillingness to adapt. Okay. Trading is very different, especially Forex. Forex is not like the stock market where everybody trades the stock market in the US. The hours on this are they're Sunday afternoon to Friday afternoon, nonstop, 24/5. Okay. There's three major market sessions around the world. They're always going. Okay. There's always money moving in banks in one country or another. So there's a lot of moving parts to this. There's way more moving money in Forex than there is in the stock market. A lot of people are unwilling to adapt to certain things. Like, for example, I've adapted at one point to getting up at 2 in the morning my time so that I could trade the London session, right? That's showing a willingness to adapt to what I needed to do to be around during that time because during the New York session, I was at work and I couldn't make it happen. And I didn't like the Aussie session, right? Or the Asian session. So there's that, right? A lot of people are unwilling to adapt to a set of rules. I have to live within these parameters so that I can gain an edge in the market. And by being unwilling to adapt to those parameters, they are leaving themselves open to where when things go wrong, they cannot identify where. Because most likely the people that can adapt to a set of rules are definitely not journaling. And if they are, they're not journaling in depth to the level that they need to be to become a good trader. So being willing to adapt to a set of rules, to developing an edge, okay, whether that's learning it on your own or finding it from someone else and then refining it to what fits you. Um, but you need to be willing to adapt mentally and physically, knowing that you have what it takes and being willing to say, I'm going to adapt to what it needs to be in order for me to be a good trader or a great trader, whatever, or to make this much money or whatever the goal is, right? But you need to be willing to adapt. If you can't adapt, you're not coachable, and you need to be coachable. You need to be adaptable. It's just trading anything in life. You have to do it, or you're gonna suck. It is what it is. Um, Number four, you can't follow rules, journaling, trading plan, self-accountability, right? So we'll kind of just cover this, but we'll go into the self-accountability part. I think a big thing a lot of people lack is self-accountability. In my journaling, I am very stringent about holding myself accountable exactly what went wrong. And when I lose a trade, I'll go back and see what did I do wrong, and then I will write that as a lessons learned in my recap on my trading journal, and I'll say, hey, I lost this trade because of X, Y, and Z reason. And I've looked at that and went over the last week, I've made 3 other trades, 2 other trades, whatever, that I made the same mistake and lost in the same exact condition. And then by doing that, I am aware, I am self-accountable to what caused that loss and is now causing multiple losses. And I can go ding, ding, ding. Maybe I should stop doing this and maybe I will lose less. Okay. It's that simple. But just having that self-accountability is going to make you a much better trader, amongst many other things, being great outside of trading, a great husband, a great father, great at your job, right? Great at whatever it is. But self-accountability is a must in everything outside of trading, but especially in trading as well. Okay, no one's going to hold your hand. And the last thing I think is the most important is emotional control. Okay. And it's hard, man. I get emotional a lot sometimes. I'm a super energetic person. I find myself getting emotional. I'll journal about it. I will live record a trade if possible, if I'm not at work and I can do that. And then I will recap it later. I'll save it and I'll go back and watch it. I'll put it in my trading journal. My trading journal is electronic, and I can do that. I can upload these videos into my trading journal. I can go back and watch myself as the trade happened and what was I doing, what was I thinking, what was my thought process. So emotional control, right? And that comes full circle back around to having a plan and sticking to that. And when you stick to your plan, it negates the inability to let emotions interfere with your trading. So you need to be doing that. You need to be aware of what emotional control is, what it looks like, and what it should not look like. And then you should be paying attention in your journal and any other way you can of tracking your emotions and how you feel. And then as you get better at trading slowly over time, notice how you're feeling differently about trades when you're in drawdown and things like that. And notice and just be self-aware again of how you're feeling. And that is personal growth. That is how you be good at anything in life, not just trading, but especially in trading. So by having that wisdom and that understanding of what these core things are and what you're experiencing, and understanding that it's normal to feel emotions like that, you will go so much further, so much faster than other people, and you will make that progress that is necessary. And by doing these things that are ugly and these things that suck and that nobody wants to do, nobody wants to recap why they lost. Nobody wants to be brutally honest with themselves as to why they made the mistake and accept that fact and own up to the fact that I lost because of X, Y, and Z. And I was just being an emotional whatever, right? So these are 5 reasons I believe people quit on trading. I think if you focus on these things that suck right off the bat, you will be so much better at trading so much faster. If you guys have anything that you think I might have missed or you see as a trader yourself, whether you're new, intermediate, or an advanced trader, let me know. Drop that down below because I'm very curious as to what you guys see being the big things that cause people to quit in trading and quit on themselves ultimately.